it, but every test match is special. But the impressive thing about this group is how well they've done in the last couple of weeks, especially now we go to France, in terms of they look like the young group they are, they're relishing the chance to get out there and not too nervous about doing it. I'm sure they'll come, but their attitude of how they've got stuck into it and how they look at the game is refreshing.
Is your message to sort of no regrets, throw everything at it? You don't get one shot at the World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you played as long as I did, and you look back, you always tend to look back on the regrets. And if there's anything that you could impart on them, it'd be that you don't regret playing into it. You don't regret ever giving your best, and you don't regret enjoying it. You regret the other stuff when you've held back. So yeah, we don't want to hold back.
Thanks, Will. Thanks, Richard. The next three questions will be here. Frankie, number 2, number 3, and number 4 at the back.
Yeah, for Richard and Joe, we talk a lot about pressure. Can you describe pressure, what it really means, what it means to you personally? Is it physical? Is it just pressure? Just put it into words, please.
I think it means different things to different people. For the coaches, it'll mean something different to the players. For the coaches, it is about us taking as much off the players as possible, just giving them as much certainty, confidence and belief that they've done the work, that they've got the right plan, so that they can just go out and pour themselves into this performance. So people handle it in all different ways. I know I had a good chat with Joe about how he handles it. He's played his best rugby in big games, so he knows how to handle it. And comes out smiling on the back end of it. But I'll let Joe pick up, because there's not many better than him in that situation.
Yeah, for me it's all about like relieving pressure. So just going out with a smile on my face, like we said. And yeah, I think there's a lot of boys in the squad who are similar in that sense. So yeah, we're all excited for it.
Yeah, hi to both Joe and Alex. Have you got a message to the fans in the stadium, in the city, and back home? Some of whom may not be entirely confident after the last few weeks. Have you got a message to them, to what to expect from you, and how much you care about winning this game and doing well in this tournament?
Yeah, I think it's massive. Obviously, the sport means the world to us. I mean, recently I've had a lot of positive messages, which is huge, and yeah, it means the world, and it gets us going. You're the 16th man, so yeah, keep the sport coming, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, same as what Alex said, really. Just thank you to everyone that supported us, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone out here in Marseille.
Richard mentioned there, just give it everything. Has that been the message from Steve as well? Just to, go out there and give them hell, as it were. Just throw yourselves into this game. Yeah,
well, I mean, we've talked so much about how big a World Cup is, and for a lot of us, it's our first time, and it goes back to the pressure kind of thing. They've tried to create an environment where there's a lot less pressure, and it's just about going and expressing yourself, and yeah, just showing what we can do as a group. So yeah, we're all on board with it, and we're all excited.
Richard, is there determination to prove a few people wrong tomorrow, given the expectations outside of the sport?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm too interested in expectations outside the squad, I'm being honest. That's been labelled that as a few times, and I think you've got to understand that this squad is incredibly tight and determined. Whether that is from the outside or within, that has always been there. Does the expectation that Argentina may be going as favourites, or that what other people expect? It makes no difference to us. Like, we are incredibly determined to go out and give the absolute best of us. And the two boys have eloquently said around what that looks like for them, which is smile on your face, go out there, enjoy it, put your game on the field. And it's our job as coaches to give them some sort of framework that they feel like they can go out there and do that best of their ability. But as I said, they've been incredibly impressive. Young members of the group just look like they're excited and ready to go.
Thank you. Here.
Hi, Mitch Phillips from Voices. Question for Joe. You've had a similar kind of unexpected route here. Can you also talk to us about the last year or so, how you probably thought your England career was maybe not over, but maybe foreshortened, and suddenly you're here starting the first World Cup match? Just talk to us that last year or so.
Yeah, it's been a strange one. Obviously, a year ago I was out of the mix completely. Obviously played in Australia, and then after that I was out of it. So yeah, I was so pleased when Steve selected me in the Six Nations squad, and I feel the more I've been in the squad, the more confident I've got, and I feel especially going into these warm-up games and then starting this, I feel like I'm at my best. So I'm really pleased.
Thank you. Yeah.
Joe, you are going to have in front tomorrow Santiago Chocobares and Lucio Cinti. What do you know about them, and what do you expect about the speed of the game of Argentina?
Yeah, I think they're going to come pretty fast. Obviously, there's a few boys in the Argentinian backline who we've seen a lot in the Premiership, so to play against them at the international level will be another big challenge. So yeah, for us, it's about shutting them down and not letting them get into their game, and for us, it's about getting onto our game and playing from there.
Thanks, Joe. Here.
And one for Joe as well. We've seen you out on the pitch today, having a walk around, chuck the ball around. Can you chat to us about kind of the process of the captain's run and how it feels to get out there and see the stadium first time before tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the first bit is to get a feel of the stadium, get a feel of the ground, and just get familiar with the environment you're going to play in. And then the second one is just to get close as a group. We throw the ball around at the start, we have a good time. We just get those connections firing on the big stage and just get ourselves prepped for the game. Yeah.
A question for the three. The summer is not over in France. I don't know if you have the habit to play with this condition. Do you think it can be a real problem tomorrow evening?
It was actually warmer in Manchester this week than Le Touquet, so we've had many a joke about the English weather since we've been here. It rained when we turned up in Le Touquet and they blamed the English weather. So no, it's going to be hot and humid, but these boys play that start and end of seasons. That's the weather they play in. So this is the start of our season, so been nothing too different. But yeah, the days, middle of the days, yeah, I'm probably pleased it's a 9 o'clock kickoff.
Any further questions? Yeah, back to Mitch.
Thank you. Back to Alex again. You guys have addressed the warm-up matches and how, let's say, uninspiring or it didn't go quite the way, whichever you want to describe them. And fans have been hoping that there's something up the sleeve. What can you bring, or what have you been asked to bring to the team to add some speed, some spice, some variety, the things that were missing in those last few weeks? Have you been tasked particularly with kind of bringing some speed to the game?
Maybe a bit. I think just for me, I've just got to try and control the game, get the team to tick, and when I can imprint some tempo and energy into the side, I'll try and do that. But again, stick to the game plan. We know we're a good side when we play well and stick to our style of play. So the main thing is to do that, and then bring our X factor alive after that, if you can.
And this is slightly similar question, but to Richard. But what have you seen from Alex since he's come into the camp and how he's progressed, and what are you really excited about seeing from him tomorrow?
I think we all know his qualities, don't we? They've been on show for a long time. What's been incredibly impressive is basics. So I don't think you can play scrum half at the top level without having an incredibly accurate quick pass and a good box kick. And so he's really stood out from that point of view, how accurate that's been. But on the back of his speed of services, his speed of foot, in terms of how he gets there, and then how sharp he is around the ruck in terms of if you overfold, then he's gone. If there's big spaces, then he'll dip into them and create spaces for other people. So yeah, he's always alive to opportunities, but on the back of some great basics.
Okay, this will be the final question.
Talk about pressure. How much of your preparation has been about yourselves, and how much has been about Argentina? What do you know about Argentina? What do you expect from them?
Yeah, we have spent an incredible amount of time studying Argentina. I know a couple of their players very well. I know their captain, Julio Montoya, very well. As good a player as there is in world rugby right now, an incredible leader, wants to win, gets people around him galvanised. So you can see the heartbeat of their team is him. So we've spoken a lot around what they're going to bring and how they do it, because that is what you do for any team, but particularly a team who have beaten New Zealand away, who've beaten Australia away, who've beaten South Africa. They've done it against all the top teams, so we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we hadn't have looked into them deeply. But that has all been on the back of what does that mean for how we bring our game. to the party, because we've got talent like sat to my left and right that we need to get on the field and get playing well.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. That brings to a close. The next press conference will be at 3 p.m. with Scotland head coach Gregor Townsend. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Fine.